Okay guys, that little brad nailer I've never used before, but it worked like the cat's meow. So this is now that the entrance into the storage room, and that plastic PVC covered, that trim covered up the ugly seams really nicely there. So obviously I still need a nice paint job in here to fix all the scrapes and scratches I did on the walls, but that's later on. I got those pieces of trim up. I got the one near the door, which was especially nasty in my entrance there. You can kind of see how that works out nicely. So that worked out okay. We ran out of nails actually, so my dad went back to get nails for this is his air compressor and his brad nailer. He actually recently bought these items because he had to sell his welding equipment because he can't have magnetic fields near his pacemaker there. So at least with the air nailer, that kind of resolves that. Not so much for welding, but there you go. Now on one of these I screwed up, and I think that was my first cut, and made that a little short, but who's going to be looking up there, right? Not me. So I did discover, I forgot when I had my solar panels lined up here, I did have a seam here, so one went up in behind this little piece of art there, and I got the one near the fireplace done, and I ran out of nails at this one next to the mirror, so I was able to sneak this in behind the mirror and the water line without taking anything down. So I ran out of nails about here, so I got to redo those punches, and then I'll do this seam, and that will cover this room, other than I got to move the bed out to do this one. I'm going to do the one there, and I thought about it. I said I'm going to do this corner, fill that nasty gap in with a piece of trim there. So obviously going to need some more pieces of trim down the line, but that'll happen when money comes. Now this one here, guys, I don't think I'm worried about it too much, because I may do like a backsplash just under the window trim here, because this is a kitchen countertop. So, and then here I may put one piece of trim going sideways this way, so I don't kind of see that. And then obviously I'm going to need something here, but I do have 3 pieces left. I put them in the storage room, so I'll figure that out after the fact type of deal. Now some of these you can kind of see. This one, I had the plywood, for some reason I overlapped plywood when I did my build, which is kind of stupid. So I have a gap here, but at least this hides the main ugly seams anyway. And so I had a gap there, and I believe one more here, but that was it. And the rest are all flush, so that's good. So we're getting there, guys. It looks a hell of a lot better. And then once I paint the walls this color white to go with it, the PVC, then things will look a hell of a lot nicer in here. I do not know what happened to the paint. Like, all the painting I did on this plywood, look at it, it's like fading. It's crazy. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Move the solar panels on the elliptical, and I should be able to sneak in the elliptical. Boom, 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 boom. Get all these done and go from there. Oh, been listening to my radio. I can listen to it inside. It's not the clearest thing in the world, because the tiny house is pretty much a Faraday cage, or almost a Faraday cage, because I'm still getting some radio signals in here. But at least we know the tiny house is a dampened Faraday cage that I really wasn't purposely trying to build, but whatever. Crazy. We're all in float on our meters here, and I think, guys, what I'm gonna do when I go to when I switch the solar panels on the roof to my flat panels, since I have to shut everything down and rewire anyway, I'm going to drop my friggin' charge controllers down here where I can work on them and you guys can see them a lot clearer, because it's just not working out for me. That was my first build on that, so you know, what am I gonna do, right? I didn't know what I was doing, but everything's working. It's just for convenience, it'd be nice so I don't have to reach way up here to look and show you guys what the heck's going on with the solar. Have it nice on at least head level, and I can show you on camera easier. So that's gonna happen for sure. But the trim, I do like it. It looks nice. It kind of makes it look fancy tiny house once it's all painted and everything. But painting, that can happen whenever. That's going to be one of the very last things I do before, you know, that's something you can do anytime. It's not a big deal. But all these staining marks from the paint, I don't know what the wood bled through the paint. Like this, look, you can basically see the paint is practically gone and it's turning back into plywood. And here for sure. And then I don't know what's going on there. I had a few pieces like that. I must have got a bad batch of paint or something. And here I can see some bleeding through. There's a bunch of different spots. I don't know what's going on there, but at least I'm pretty happy with this trim, guys. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you like what I did. Now this is like, I'm not reading a manual or doing research on this. This was just something I wanted to get done, and Pierre, actually my Patreon member, mentioned to me, hey, for trim, that'd be a good idea. Put some kind of a flat plastic or flat wood up there for hiding the nastiness of those seams. So I said, yeah, that's a good idea. $100+ later, but hey, it's gonna help clean up the look of the tiny house indoors, and that's the way it is. It's now 72 degrees in here since I've been working, and I got the windows and doors open, so it's actually warmer in than out by a couple degrees. I'm sweating up a storm here. So yeah, I'll put the camera back on charge. I actually was charging the camera right on my master switch off the USB port right there. So there's the actual cord hanging that I pulled out to charge this camera, and you can see plenty of solar. Absolutely love solar, guys. Like, oh my god, ridiculous. And when I master a bigger system, I'll be set. Then I could probably teach people how to do some of their own basic solar. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, guys, yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the trim here. Obviously, I got to paint the walls and stuff, so yeah, I realize that. But check it out. That's pretty nice. Smooth, smooth, smooth. And that brad nailer worked really slick. I love it. So awesome, guys. Tiny house coming together.